Hello, and let's see. We'll start this off with the motor out of the 7. This is the Lotus 907. At least I think it's a 707. Anyway, the first impressions of really getting a good look at the motor out. I can take a look. I knew the timing was off. So let's take a look at the timing. The way you time the cam belt is, let's say that both cams and the distributor gear are toothed cam belt gear, however we want to refer to it as. All three are exactly the same. You just use different marks on them depending on what you're doing. So there's a dot for intake and a dot for exhaust. You line them up and you can see the dimple and the mark. And of course, on the crank, you do that. So, with that, let's say the crank is... Daggone mosquitoes! Die! Okay, interrupted by a mosquito. Hopefully it stays away. If we are on top dead center with the crank, then we should see the intake and the exhaust dot being here, intake dot being here, should be right across from each other. They're not. And we should also see, let's see, on the distributor drive, this dot here should be down here. They're not, which is bad. And I've tried a couple of ways to figure out. Spun this thing in different ways to figure out what happened. What did they do? Nothing lines up. So I have no idea who did this. But the caveat is that this motor's getting all tore down and it is going to be completely rebuilt. So regardless of what they did, whoever they were, the last mechanic who didn't know how to do the engine, we're going to do it right. Yep. Another little thing I found, I had to pull the cam covers off. So... Oh, look at that foreign material in there. That's interesting, isn't it? That was right inside, wrapped around that cam. So, okay, since we've got here, I will pull this out here. Do I know what that is? No. Sorry. Don't know what it is. But there's more of it down in there. There's more of it, and there's even in the drain hole, there's some of it, which I really don't like. Part of it is they could have been trying to do a seal here with something. Look at their sealant, just comes off into the motor. This gasket here is split. This version of the cam cover does like to leak. Yeah, the lower side here where it sits above the exhaust on this angle, there's a lot of oil that normally sits right on the gasket, and it tends to want to seep down, and it is difficult to seal, granted. But the other side is also that, which means maybe they over-torqued it, maybe it was done wrong. The same person who was playing with the timing probably did that, and please, get a book out. Whoever you are, if you're watching this, get a book out and look at how to do it correctly. What else about this?